watching KTAL News Now. Here's Brittany DeFran with your midday news break.
Thanks for tuning in to KTAL News Now. I'm Brittany DeFran here with your midday news break. We're starting off with continuing coverage as Shreveport City Council hears the latest on the healthcare plan for employees and retirees. It seems like there is confusion on this topic, but on Monday, the council discussed changes to the plan, which would save the city $700,000. This was supposed to be an agreement between Willis-Knighton Hospital and Blue Cross Blue Shield. However, a Blue Cross representative could not confirm that there was an official agreement in place.
That we've sponsored does only one thing, okay? It says that the deductibles and copays for using Tier 2 will be the same as the deductibles and copays for Tier 1. It doesn't change or attempt to change anything about the back-end pricing, which is the subject of negotiation between Willis-Knighton and the city and Blue Cross.
The Blue Cross representative told City Council they would have an answer by today. Now, in some economic news, an economic report by the state's top economist is referred to as a basket full of good news. I think that's music to the ears of Shreveport and Bossier residents. That's Dr. Lauren Scott predicted last year that the North Louisiana area would see a big economic comeback post-pandemic. During a presentation at the port of KTAL Bossier on Friday discussing the economy, Dr. Scott proves he was right, and he explains there are new jobs thanks to Cyber Research Center, and it's not over for the Diamond Jacks just yet. He believes there is a good possibility the Diamond Jacks casino license will be picked up to help create more jobs. He also says Shreveport and Bossier have recovered 82% of COVID lost jobs. Plus, the healthcare sector continues to thrive, and also with the Amazon Fulfillment Center coming, it's expected to bring another big boost. NBC6 is celebrating the 65th anniversary of the KTAL Bossier by hosting 6 hours of caring today. We'll raise money and awareness for the nonprofit which supports people with disabilities and their families. Our very own Jackie Jovic spoke to a couple this week who will be matching your donations up to $15,000. Tune in later today at 7 p.m. for a digital breakdown of more inspiring stories and how you can get involved. You see this website right here? This is the KTAL Bossier website, and you can head on over there to donate. Anything truly helps. You can also head over to KTALnews.com and you can donate there as well. Now turning to your national headlines, as thousands of U.S. protesters took to the street after Russia unleashed a bunch of missiles on several Ukrainian cities on Monday. Those protesters gathered to urge the government to sell more weapons to Ukraine and declare Russia a terrorist state. According to officials, the Russian military killed at least 11 people and injured dozens more, who are all believed to be civilians. Russian President Vladimir Putin acknowledged the attack, saying that Russia targeted only energy infrastructures and it was a retaliation for an attack on a key bridge over the weekend. This leads us to our question of the day. Giving you a moment to take down this QR code you see right here on your screen. All right, jumping into our question of the day, but I do want to urge that we want to hear from you guys, so please go ahead and put your thoughts in here to this question right here. Should President Biden declare Russia a terrorist state? Do you think this should be done? Yes or no? Just with everything going on, take a moment and to put your thoughts in here. We want to hear from you at KTAL Asks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more on your midday news break. For more details on these stories, you can head on over to KTALnews.com. I'll see you soon.
watching KTAL News Now. Here's Brittany DeFran with your midday news break.
Welcome back to KTAL News Now. I'm Brittany DeFran. Here's more on your midday news break. Starting off with NBC6 as your local election headquarters, I simply wanted to remind you that we are hosting our mayoral debate, which is going to be held on October 20th at 7 p.m. at the Alphonse Jackson Hall Auditorium on Susla's campus. And you can actually get involved by asking questions yourself. Just submit your questions using that QR code you see right there on your screen. And if you're interested in attending, you will need to register, but no worries, it's super easy. Just head on over to KTALnews.com and you can find the registration link there. Now, just so you know, the topic will be infrastructure. Now here's some unfortunate news as gas prices are up more than 10 cents a gallon from a week ago. The national average now at $3.91 after Saudi Arabia and other countries announced a big cut in oil production. The announcement has been a blow to American consumers and a gut punch to President Biden because despite his fist bump summit with the Crown Prince, that hasn't made much of a difference. The administration thought they would get a deal to keep production up and prices low before the midterms. Now, President Biden says he was able to get gasoline down below $1.60, but now it's slowly climbing back up because of what the Russians and Saudis have done. The problem the White House now faces is that many of the solutions are more long-term, which will not help prices ahead of midterm elections. NBC6 is celebrating the 65th anniversary of the Arc Cato Bozier by hosting 6 Hours of Caring today, and will be raising money and awareness for the nonprofit which supports people with disabilities. And you can help too, as we help these people with disabilities and their families. You can donate. Anything truly helps. Head on over to KTALnews.com to donate, or head on over to the Arc Cato Bozier website and you can donate there as well. Also, later today, you can join us for a 3 p.m. Facebook and website live as we will be talking about the City of Shreveport's legislative audit. We'll be sitting down with our main anchor, Dan Jovic, and talking a little bit about that there. So don't forget to join us as we will be doing a deep dive and diving deep into the details of this document. Now turning to your national headlines, as thousands of U.S. protesters took to the streets after Russia unleashed a bunch of missiles on several Ukrainian cities on Monday. Those protesters gathered to urge the government to sell more weapons to Ukraine and declare Russia a terrorist state. Now that leads us to our question of the day. Giving you a moment to take down this QR code you see right here on your screen. All right, jumping in, today's question of the day is right here. We want to hear from you. Should President Biden declare Russia a terrorist state? Go ahead and put your answer in here. Yes or no? Thanks for tuning in, you guys. If you want to hear more on the details of these stories, head on over to KTALnews.com. We'll see you next time. Stay safe.